The National Federation of the Blind, or NFB, is the oldest and largest nationwide organization of blind Americans, empowering individuals to live independent, successful lives. Today, we're excited to spotlight the incredible work of the local chapter during Blind Equality Achievement Month. Let's welcome Michelle Scott, president of NFB of South Carolina's Charleston chapter, and Amber Milligan, the chapter secretary. Ladies, it's so great to have you with us here today.
Thank you so much, Taylor, for having us.
Michelle, could you give us an overview of the National Federation of the Blind and its mission?
Absolutely. So the National Federation of the Blind, or NFB, works to definitely help those that are blind and low vision to live normal lives. The basic philosophy is that blindness is not what defines us. We can live the lives we want. So the NFB actually provides education, support, accessibility training for those that need it, as well as job retention training and things to help us continue living and thriving.
Yeah, and you know, to piggyback off of that, vision impairment comes in all shapes and sizes, and it can happen at, you know, from birth to all stages of life. Yes. And Amber, would you like to share your story?
Yes. So I like to say that I'm 3 years old. I became visually impaired 3 years ago. Prior to becoming visually impaired, I had 20/20 vision. What caused my visual impairment is a condition called idiopathic intracranial hypertension. It's basically where my body produces too much spinal fluid, and it causes swelling on my optic nerve, which causes optic nerve atrophy.
Well, now, Amber, you are not only are you a part of the National Federation of the Blind, but you work in the National Federation of the Blind, the Charleston chapter. And can you speak a little bit to how this has helped you in your 3-year journey?
So joining the National Federation of the Blind definitely helped me out a lot. It gave me hope. It gave me the opportunity to see that I can still live a full life, because I was introduced to other blind or low vision people who are still living full lives. Yeah. So it was very inspiring to be around people that still, you know, that are totally blind or have like limited vision, and they're still doing life. Yeah. So I look at it as, hey, I still do life. I still work. I still do everything that I basically still do everything except for driving, which I don't miss.
and I can only imagine all of the lives that you touch now. And you said it gives you hope, and that's just wonderful. And Michelle, I want to ask you, in today's day and age, obviously technology is advancing. It's much more than it was 10, 20 years ago. Yes. But what are some of the biggest challenges facing the blind and low vision community today?
So a few of those are inclusion and equality, especially when it comes to the working world. The blind or low vision individuals are not paid equally. That's something that has been being fought for a long time in Congress. It turns out that when it comes to jobs or working, some people feel that those that are blind or low vision are not equal. So those two things, equality and inclusion, are the biggest struggles.
And you spoke earlier about the local Charleston chapter, the NFB, and really what its emphasis on is, you know, living a full life and creating those opportunities. And what are some ways, whether it's events or programs, that the Charleston chapter helps the local community here?
So basically, our mission is to educate the public in general about blindness and the different types, as well as the spectrum of blindness. So a lot of education, but in terms of those that are going through the blind journey, we like to also help them with support. We also like to encourage them and provide them the resources that they can take advantage of in the community to assist them with living a full life. And sometimes that can be challenging. We also do outreach, a lot of outreach in the community to take part in, to bring that education to the NFB, to gain members, and again, just to really educate and pass out important information pertaining to the NFB.
And October is Blind Equality Achievement Month.
Yes.
So I know that we have quite a few events happening this month that celebrate. Can you just briefly talk about what's going on?
Absolutely. So our upcoming event, which the first one is this Saturday, October the 5th, and it is a talent showcase. And the wonderful thing about this, Taylor, is that all of the entertainers are blind or low visioned. And we're going to have people that are singing, playing the piano, as well as they're displaying their comedic talents.
And we have several more events coming up. We can find that on their social media, which we will link down below. Ladies, thank you so much for being here with us today and sharing this wonderful celebration of this month and all the work that you're doing here for the Low Country and the Tri-County community.
Thank you, Taylor. Thank you for
Thank you for
us.
having us.
We're back after this.